You start a new world, you spawn somewhere, you walk to the closest tree you can find to cut it down, then make a crafting table in order to make some basic tools. That's probably how players usually start their Minecraft world. But what if we were to forbid the usage of crafting tables? How much of a struggle would it be to play on your world? I'm sure there would be a huge variety of items and blocks that you simply wouldn't be able to access anymore, but luckily, this time we are only trying to beat the game with this tiny little restriction that can have a pretty big impact on the game. Unlike in the pacifist run, we are gonna go from start to finish, because if you set foot in the end, there shouldn't be anything left to use a crafting table for anyway. In case you are interested in these challenges, consider subscribing, hit the bell so you get notified every time the new content is up. Now, onto the video. Probably everyone knows at this point what is needed to beat the game, but just in case someone is new to the game or haven't beaten it yet, you need to find the stronghold where the end portal is to reach the end. To activate the portal, up to 12 ender eyes are needed, which can be crafted with 1 ender pearl and 1 blaze powder. The first comes from either killing enderman, trading with priests, or bartering with piglins. You can get the latter by breaking down blaze rods into 2 powder. This is a mob drop that can be acquired by killing blazes. They can be found in the Nether, which you can enter by creating a portal with obsidian and then lighting it up. So, let's go in order to see what is needed to achieve these things and whether it is possible to do it without a crafting table. So the first issue is obsidian. The most straightforward way of getting it is to mine it with diamond pickaxe. However, pickaxes are tools that require a crafting table to make, but is there another way to get them? As far as I know, the only way to get them is by trading with master toolsmiths, which require you to fully upgrade them, which might take you a bit of time, since roughly 150 to 200 emeralds are needed, depending on the trades. So in theory, it can be done that way, but you will be sitting in the village trading your life away for a while for sure. So, is there a faster way? Well, if you're lucky, then yes. Since you can make portals with just a bucket by placing down water and then putting the lava with the bucket into the right positions, and then turning them into obsidian. The bucket is sadly another crafting table only item, but if you spawn into a savanna biome and find a village, there is an 11% chance that one of the chests will contain a bucket. So again, that can save you some time, but it's not likely to happen. Another RNG-based solution could be looking around for ruined portals because 1. There is a good chance the portal itself is almost finished, and 2. There is a 46% chance that the chest will contain obsidian. So if you're not willing to waste your precious time trading with villagers, this is probably your best bet. Well, it worked for me at least. A couple of tips before you would enter the Nether so you won't make a bunch of idiot mistakes as I did. As hard as it is to get tools and weapons, please try to get at least 1 sword and 1 pickaxe before going into the Nether. Don't be like me and just hop into the portal as soon as you have it done and then spend around 30 minutes mining netherrack with your bare hands because you thought, oh, I just get a pickaxe in one of those bastions. A couple stacks of non-flammable blocks are also recommended, and at least a stack of cooked meat. Even though you can't craft a furnace, you can find some at the blacksmiths in one of the villages and cook things that way. Another essential thing is gold. Unfortunately, the gold you can mine in the Nether is completely useless, since you can't combine the nuggets into ingots. So it's best to gather a good amount beforehand, so at least you have something to barter with. It probably still won't be enough, but it's still easier to obtain gold in the overworld than in the Nether. Now, if you've ignored all the tips above and got into the Nether with barely anything, congratulations, you're basically doing the Nether challenge but worse, since you are barely able to craft anything here. One thing's for sure, you'll want to find the bastion as soon as you can, so you can get your hands on some tools, or maybe even armor that you can find in chests there. Once you have a pickaxe that's iron or better, you can start looking for gold blocks to then barter away for ender pearls. You can also find gold in fortress chests, in case you were unlucky enough to not find any pickaxes, but it will be a little bit dangerous, and can get you into situations like this. While you are here, you might as well get blaze rods from blazes. If you feel brave enough or have a fire resistance potions, you can pretty much Leroy your way into the spawner area and then slaughter them till you have enough. Or you can be a coward like me and just slowly farm them from a safe spot. One thing you really need to be careful of is wither skeletons. If you are playing on hardcore like I did, you will most likely die in 2 hits from them. And in case the piglins really don't want to give you any pearls, your other option is to just kill Enderman, but first of all, good luck finding a forest where they spawn, and second, do it in a smarter way than I did, so they won't end your 3-hour long run in 2 or 3 hits. But yeah, basically to summarize the Nether, you literally don't need the crafting table at all, since all you really want there is those 2 items that the mobs drop. Sure, it would definitely be easier and faster if you'd had it, since you'd get a couple of stacks of gold in no time, but it really isn't necessary. There isn't really much left to do, honestly. You can simply leave the Nether after this, and then craft the Ender Eyes using its 2 materials, then find the stronghold using them. And hopefully you won't lose many eyes in the process. Would be slightly annoying if you'd end up having to go back because you are 1 or 2 eyes short. There is really nothing special here though. You simply enter the end, then fight the dragon. One issue could be that you somewhat need a bow or crossbow, and stacks of arrows to shoot the crystal down. In theory, you could just climb up on each tower and destroy them by hand, but that can be risky. Luckily, getting bows without a crafting table is as simple as killing a couple skeletons, but you can also get crossbows from pillagers, from piglins, or from bastion chests. And arrows can be obtained through piglins trades as well. So there you have it. Honestly, when I first thought about doing this challenge, I figured that it would at least make the run a little bit hard. But it seems like that thanks to the recent updates throughout the years, it's getting easier and easier to gain items. If this is good or not is a different matter. But what do you think about the challenge? Is it worth trying? Let me know down in the comment section. I will stream my attempt on this shortly after the video releases, so hop onto Twitch if you'd like to see it. Bye guys, and see you all in the next video.